Today, Secretary of State Adrian Fotes made his presence known in Pinal County.
I came out here today for the same reason that I'm going to be going out to every one of our 15 counties. As Secretary of State, my job is to make sure that the folks here in Pinal County have the resources and training and guidance that they need to make sure that they're doing their job right for their voters. But my job is not to tell them how to do it. This is about folks working together. We're going to have one standard format, generally speaking, in Arizona, but there's 15 different ways to do things. You know, Maricopa County is enormous, Pinal County is kind of in the middle there, and we've got some counties that are much, much smaller with much fewer resources. And so we've got to pay attention to each and every county, and that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that we've got open lines of communication so that we can make it happen.
We started here because it was important for him to meet the recording staff. The recording staff is responsible not only for the voter registration rolls, but also the early voting administration. They are also responsible for the recording of over 100,000 documents in Pinal County annually. And as a recorder, he understands that that is part of our job. We were able to talk about the Elections Procedures Manual and all of the changes that are coming down with that, able to have a voice at the table. We took Secretary Fotes to the Elections Department in Coolidge, where he was able to get a little hands-on with the e-poll books that we have here in Pinal County and use at our polling locations. Then was able to see where we handle central tabulation, look at the early voting and signature verification area.
I love this layout.
He knew that we had problems. I think everybody knew we had problems, but he was able to see that when you don't have the people, you don't have the institutional knowledge, and when you don't have the space to free flow and move effectively, that you're gonna have mishaps.
Well, I can tell you right now, I am absolutely amazed that the Elections Department and the Recorder's Office could do what they did in the space that they have. And I'm very excited that the Board of Supervisors has decided to help them out by giving them a new facility. I'm very, very hopeful that that'll be ready for the 2024 election.
We went to the area that has been leveled to be the Pinal County Vote Complex. We've already been able to identify that we need to have the early voting, voter registration, and elections department all under the same roof. It keeps the security of the ballots in place. It keeps the process and workflow moving more effectively. And then the ability to have voters and political observers and the press in our spaces in a secured but transparent location so they can see what we're doing. It's pretty important.
It's all one floor.
It's all one floor.
Yeah, I think transparency is incredibly important in all of our processes, and so a space where media and the public can get in and see exactly what's happening and watch the ballots being processed is really good. That's important to rebuild public confidence. Coming together after getting a little bruised and a little beaten up.
At the end of the day, we had invited directors and department heads from all of the different entities of Pinal County. Without us as a team in this county, we could not have successfully have gotten through the general election. And the fact that these people still want to come to the table for future elections and to continue helping us, it's such an honor to work with the people that I work with in Pinal County.
We're all Americans first. It doesn't matter what party lines are. I might be a Democrat, most of the folks here might be Republican, but we all want our eligible citizens to be able to vote. We want that vote to count. We want the process to be open, transparent, and accountable. And we can work together on these things. Look, Eisenhower himself said, if we work on things that we agree on, we won't have time to disagree. And I've found some great partners here who might be Republicans and I might be a Democrat, but we're working for y'all, and that's what's important to me.
We are Republican, and to be able to have a voice at the table with a Democrat Secretary of State to make sure that what we do in Pinal County is valued like it is in Pima County or Maricopa County, to understand that we are still rural, but we're growing, to be able to be part of the Elections Procedures Manual and how it's manifesting, also be in charge of parts of the election certification training. You have to have that network, you have to have that relationship, and you can't do that over Zoom. So him coming here and meeting with our amazing staff and knowing that we have something to bring to the table just shows us once again that Pinal County is great.
I think one of the most critical components of all of this is the fact that your elections in Pinal County are run by Pinal County people. These are your neighbors. They're veterans and retired teachers. They're people who care about you and your family and your communities. We don't run them at the state level. We don't touch any of the ballots. Pinal County runs Pinal County's election systems, and I'm just really happy to be able to help.